In the footage, 3 workers are seen preparing around a freight elevator in the underground section of a mine. The environment is dimly lit, machines are operating in the background, and the elevator shaft is open. Everything appears routine at first, but the elevator on the upper level unexpectedly begins to move and descends downward. The workers remain in the lower part of the shaft without being aware of the movement above. The incident unfolds very quickly and shows how suddenly dangers can arise in underground work areas. This situation clearly demonstrates a fundamental rule: never stand beneath suspended loads, moving platforms, or active elevators. Restricted areas must be clearly marked, barriers kept closed, and workers made aware of blind spots. Safety is ensured by staying away from high-risk zones. In the footage, a work area is shown where a forklift is carrying a load that partially or completely blocks the operator's forward view. Pedestrians are also moving within the same area. This shows how limited visibility in zones where forklifts and pedestrian paths intersect can quickly create serious risk. A routine transport task can become dangerous when situational awareness decreases. This incident reminds us of a basic rule: if the load blocks visibility, the forklift must be operated in reverse. Pedestrians should only use designated walkways, and everyone must remain aware of their surroundings. Safety is achieved through proper traffic organization, separated areas, and mutual attention. In the footage, a dimly lit underground parking garage with parked vehicles is visible. In this limited visibility environment, a person is lying on the ground near the vehicles. A driver entering the garage does not notice the person on the ground while performing a parking maneuver, creating a risk of contact as the vehicle moves forward slowly. As soon as the driver realizes the situation, the vehicle is stopped and help is called. The incident highlights how critical visibility and awareness are in enclosed parking areas. This situation serves as a reminder of a fundamental rule: in areas with vehicle traffic, pedestrians and maintenance personnel must not lie down or wait on the ground. Drivers should slow down in low visibility conditions and check blind spots. Safety is ensured through clear rules, adequate lighting, and constant awareness. In the footage, maintenance work is being carried out near a water structure by the roadside. A worker handling electrical equipment is standing on a metal platform right next to flowing water. During the work, an unexpected electrical contact occurs, causing the worker to lose balance and move downward from his position. The incident develops very quickly, and the fact that the environment is both wet and outdoors further increases the risk. This shows how decisive environmental conditions can be when working with electricity. This incident clearly demonstrates a basic rule: before working with electricity near water, all circuits must be de-energized. Residual current protection systems should be used, and the suitability of equipment for wet conditions must be checked. Safety begins with taking the risk seriously when electricity and water are present together. In the footage, a repair operation is being carried out at a high point on a building facade. The worker is suspended above the street, intervening on damaged sections of the exterior. At first glance, the movements appear controlled, and the worker is secured with a single safety line. However, during the work, the stability of the supporting cables deteriorates. The anchorage point shifts, the line slackens, and the system quickly loses control. A routine repair task at height turns into a very dangerous situation within seconds. This incident clearly shows a fundamental rule: all work at height must rely on solid and verified anchor points. A single line must not be trusted. Backup safety systems should be used, and connections must be continuously checked. Safety is ensured not by belief, but by systematic control. In the footage, wooden planks are placed under the rear tires to move a tractor that is stuck. The intention is to improve traction between the tires and the ground. As soon as the driver applies throttle, the wheels suddenly gain grip, and with this unexpected traction, the front of the tractor rapidly lifts upward. The vehicle remains close to a vertical position for a brief moment, then loses balance due to the rotating wheels and tips over to the side. What begins as a routine recovery attempt turns into a situation involving serious risk within seconds. This incident clearly demonstrates a fundamental rule. When recovering stuck vehicles, sudden traction and weight transfer must always be taken into account. Abrupt grip can cause the vehicle to lift uncontrollably. Safety is achieved through planned and controlled actions, not improvisation. In the footage, a pedestrian is seen passing near the main entrance of a busy commercial area. At the same moment, a large and heavy glass door suddenly detaches due to a failure at its upper connection points. This happens without any prior warning and becomes a serious hazard within seconds. An ordinary, everyday passage turns unexpectedly dangerous because of a structural failure. This incident serves as a reminder of a basic rule. Load-bearing and overhead structural elements must be inspected regularly. Especially with heavy glass doors, connections and suspension points must undergo periodic maintenance. Safety is ensured through continuous inspection and planned maintenance. In the footage, a large and heavy sliding door at the entrance of a hotel is being closed. While the door is in motion, the rail system unexpectedly fails. The door overcomes the safety stopper, comes off the rail, loses balance, and tips over to the side. What appears to be part of normal daily use quickly turns into a situation with serious risk. This incident clearly shows a fundamental rule. Heavy and moving structural elements are not safe without proper installation and regular maintenance. Rails and connections on sliding doors must be inspected periodically. In the footage, an electrical maintenance team is performing routine work on a pole near a busy road. One worker is working on overhead lines while standing on a ladder, while another stands on the ground to stabilize the ladder. As the work continues normally, a motorcyclist passing along the roadside comes too close to the work area. When balance is lost, the motorcycle makes contact with the worker standing next to the ladder. This contact causes the ladder to shift, and the worker on the pole also loses balance and moves downward. A routine maintenance task quickly turns into a high-risk situation due to environmental factors. This incident clearly demonstrates a fundamental rule. All work carried out near roadways must be isolated before starting. A woman is cleaning between parts of a machine that is still operating. The machine has not been shut down, and its moving components are still running. During the cleaning process, part of her clothing comes into contact with a rotating mechanism. The fabric is suddenly caught and begins to wrap around the machine. Although she tries to pull away, the machine's continuous pulling force causes her to lose balance, and her body starts to be dragged inward. This incident shows a fundamental truth. Cleaning operating machinery is a deadly risk. Any intervention performed without stopping the machine and cutting off its energy creates a life-threatening danger. Safety is achieved only through a complete shutdown and correct procedures.